go. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? What's going on, guys?
We are the Bryan Brothers.
Yep.
Yes, we are. But my Raptors community, my Raptors fans, my people from the city, everywhere that supports the gang, we have to have a talk right now. Right now, it's time for us to talk about a couple of things. Guys, we fell short again. And you know what? We thought, from game one, just going straight into it, we seen the high energy from everybody collectively. So we thought, game two was going to look a little more better for us.
Yeah.
But it seemed to have something. Milwaukee flipped the script.
Completely.
And just, man, they took a hold of the game and ran with it literally. So let's just get straight into it.
Yeah.
So right away from the beginning of the game, Giannis tried to bring up the ball, go straight to the basket, missed his shot, putback slam immediately.
Yeah,
he was sparked up from the beginning.
You could just see that he was pumped up and ready to go, man. As soon as the tip went off, straight to the races, man.
He was fired up, man.
Yeah,
he definitely just
ready.
Was playing,
and they shocked the defense basically because Raptors didn't even get a chance to set up. But again, this is the playoffs. There's no delay. Let's do this.
Definitely no delay. Even on the flip side of that, Mark had a nice little opportunity to go for a two. Giannis pinned him pretty bad, sent the ball flying.
He cleaned that shot.
On the defensive end, he had it sparking too. And, man, the crowd from Milwaukee was...
Yeah,
they were just reckless. They were yelling. They loved that energy. Milwaukee brought it right off the gates.
Yeah.
We had some more trouble going on because then the three started falling.
Yep.
Mirotic had a three. But Middleton open three.
Let me break something down. Right away, you could just tell the Raptors, again, like I said earlier, the defense, they were just not ready. So Giannis scored the first couple points, drove through the lane, and the Raptors immediately threw a double team on him. And all he did was just look out, like, who's around me ready to shoot? Kicked it out to Mirotic, had a three-pointer. 9-0 run. The Raptors are playing from behind.
Even before that, we were even distracted because I think the second play of the game, Bledsoe threw a bullet pass straight to Giannis inside, and I was like, how did I just
the Raptors
get through that easy?
Yeah, it was right in the paint. Bledsoe just threw the ball to him, and it's like, come on.
It was definitely irritating for us Raptors fans watching that right away. Milwaukee started just pushing it. They were up 14-5 within the first couple of minutes of the game.
Yeah.
And that was unacceptable for our guys to kind of just not come out the gate with the defensive strangle that we usually do. I will say though, Leonard tried to do his thing. He had a nice lay that was patient where it seemed like Giannis was trying to chill him for a block.
Yes.
He stopped that pretty well.
Finished nicely with his left hand.
He also came right back with a nice post fade on Ilyasova. Even speaking about Ilyasova, he came alive too within the game.
Ripped up the Raptors, man, early on. Killed. And his shot doesn't even look like he's gonna get it off and it's gonna go in. His form is very different. Let's just say that. But he was killing the Raptors early on, man. Whatever you needed from him, grabbing boards, taking charges early on, that was a huge thing for the Milwaukee Bucks. And that jumper, man, he was knocking down jump shots, giving the Bucks some great minutes off the bench.
Yeah, he definitely was showing. That tonight was his night. Lopez had his night the game before. And he seemed quiet this one. Then picked up Ilyasova. Ilyasova had it going on.
Yeah.
Continuing forward on with the rampage by Milwaukee.
Rampage.
Giannis came through one play where he Euro'd around Pascal, one-hander. I was like, man, this guy's just too lanky.
Yeah, and it's annoying to watch because his moves they're very simple. You can easily describe them. So he has the Euro step, and I think off the first step he gives you the bump, right? To kind of push you back, get you out of your stance. The second step, he's trying to move to the left or to the right to get around you and then finish. And it's like, come on. The first actual move that he tried on Siakam, he bumped Siakam, but Siakam stuck his hand out and stole the ball, and the Raptors got out in transition, which was awesome. But I think that was the last time that he made that mistake, and Giannis just basically bullied him for the rest of the game.
Giannis definitely bullied him.
Yeah.
The three-pointers bullied us a lot. Middleton was lighting it up.
Yeah.
It seems like our kryptonite regarding of even Milwaukee too, one of them is Malcolm Brogdon, because he came.
Yeah.
It's been like what, his third game back, possibly.
It's his third game back.
That guy looked like really excellent.
Yeah.
He even had the threes falling for him.
Yep.
On the flip side though, Pascal, he was coming up pretty good too. He had a nice little inside finish from an assist from Kawhi that looked pretty good.
Yes.
Norman Powell came in. Seen a lot of nice ball movement that ended up with him having a nice three that turned out really good.
Yep.
But Raptors just holding the ball. Marc Gasol to me seemed a little bit hezzy. A couple other guys seemed hezzy.
In the first quarter,
That's what I was saying. We had five turnovers in the first quarter.
he was being you know what, you touched it.
He was doing a little bit
hesitant and
doing some
sloppy
awkward stuff. I didn't know.
He tried to throw a pass to Kawhi, and like the chances that Kawhi was gonna get the ball were very little, and the ball went right off the backboard, and everyone was like, Mark, like what's we know you're a good passer, but like what's going on right now? Like, bro, this is game 2. You guys almost had the first one, and it's like now you guys are just getting punched on all cylinders, man. Like,
honestly, we were getting punched. At one point, Milwaukee was on a 10-0 run. They were shooting excellent. They were 4 for 9 from 3 points in the first quarter. Raptors had that shooting slump that kind of just came out of nowhere after how we looked so good in game 1. First quarter, we were shooting only 36%. Not really acceptable from the guys right now coming up, knowing that we got to at least try and tie this series with this game number 2 that we're going into. But the shooting efficiency was definitely a struggle. We weren't closing out on the shooters. Some shots were just better, good defense, better offense.
Yeah, simply that. But the Bucks just carried it going, man.
To all my Raptors fans out there, I don't know if you felt the same way, but the beginning of the first quarter just felt really long. It felt rough. It was just, I was like, man, what's going on?
A perfect way to describe
it. We gotta pick it up, man.
Yeah.
So, moving on to the second quarter, though, we had our bench guys come in, still from the first going into the second.
Yeah.
We see Fred try to come up a little bit with some pick and pop shots that was going on to Sergi. That looks really good. Milwaukee once again. Man, Ilyasova, I don't know what conversation you had.
What do you have for breakfast?
With whoever it was.
Maybe he talked to Giannis.
Talked to you about what Giannis did. I don't know.
Giannis said, listen, you're going to play a lot of minutes in this game because we need you, right?
He had the hustle. This guy was coming, what was it? Offensive rebound, putback.
Yeah.
I was like, my goodness. Middleton missed a shot and he was just right there. Like the ball was just right in position for him.
But what is it about the Raptors and rebounds? Because this game, the rebounding just seemed to be like
I'm not
trash.
I'm not sure if it's it. Okay, I'm trying to get my thoughts collectively when I say this.
The rebounds were bad.
But what I've noticed going throughout just Raptors right now in the playoffs, if we are not aggressive and we're not leading in the category of rebounds, that's just one of the categories.
Yeah.
We end up coming with an L if we're not aggressive. Every game I've definitely watched and noticed where we have out-rebounded the other team, overall it showed that we were more hungry in every other department we came with the win. But when we don't get the rebounds, it seems like it's a problem. We're moving forward even to that. Kawhi started to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Had a couple shots going down. Like we were talking about, the bench was coming in. Kawhi had a miss from mid-range. You seen Sergi right there just for the putback.
Yeah, really good to see.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Larry had a nice little fadeaway that was going on in the shot. He seemed like he was collectively getting his shots.
In the paint, right? Good. I got it right over Brook Lopez. That was perfect, man.
Yeah, he put that in the right spot.
Yep.
On the flip side of that, though, we had a little bit of an issue because Milwaukee scored on a play. We had a possession. We were just inbounding the ball. we even threw that wrong, caused a turnover for Ilyasova to get a bucket back. And then right after that, the Raptors' bad shooting kind of like continued. It seemed like it just seemed like we didn't really have the confidence or the mental mind state. That on the other side again, Brogdon was shooting like perfect at one point. Like he was
3 for 3 at one point in 3-point shooting. He was just striking, man. Every chance he got coming down the court, if you left him open, he was shooting. And like we said, it's his third game back.
The threes were running for him. He came down the court, pull up tray. He had 12 points. He was 3 for 3 from the 3-pointer. Yeah. Shooting a perfect 4 for 4.
Yeah.
Going into that, he was looking pretty good. Leonard on the other side, though, I seen he had a quiet game. To me, it was quiet in the total, but he had some nice moves. He had a nice pull up 3 where he made space from the top of the key. That looked pretty good. But from the 4-minute and 18 mark, the bench of the Bucks were outscoring us 29-11. Our bench guys, once they start to come on, Norm was doing this thing. Yeah. Fred didn't come alive too tough.
Fred hit a 3-pointer, the little escape dribble. He knocked down the 3-pointer, which is really good to see. But besides that, there wasn't anybody else who really hustled and produced points except Norman Powell, which is good because everybody knows at this stage right now, Norman Powell's kind of inconsistent, just not getting the matchup in his favor. But it looks like in this series, maybe he might provide some light for the Raptors. Who knows?
He definitely could be a big X factor. I thought the guy that was really going to come out pushing it too was Serge, because Serge even said from game 1 when they had from noticing from game 1 when he was in conversations with the media earlier for game 2 before it started, he was saying that he needed to be more aggressive. He needed to push it more.
Yeah.
The bigs from Milwaukee were just too big for him. They're tall, they're size, they can shoot. They were just they were collectively just playing together on offense and defense. I seen a lot of good play still in the second quarter. Kawhi had a nice little step back 3. That was looking pretty good, but the defense of the Raptors in general, we just couldn't stop the threes from falling. That was a problem. Yeah. The bench and the starters were just clicking from the range, man.
And if you look at it too, you touched on the 3-pointers that fell for the Milwaukee Bucks. If the shots didn't go, the Raptors struggled with getting the rebounds. And let's talk about the second chance points, because the Bucks had 17 throughout this whole game. The Raptors had 7. So that just shows that Milwaukee wanted this game more. They were crashing the glass. And you could tell that ball came off the rim, and besides Ibaka and Marc Gasol, everybody else is just waiting for them to grab the rebounds instead of hustling and going after it. That can't happen.
We just weren't getting our stops. The hands were not up in the face.
The closeouts. And actually, Nick Nurse touched on that after. He said, you guys are getting out there and reaching a hand, but you got to put a body on these guys, because that's too easy, man. You're giving them daylight to shoot these shots. I don't know where they're ranked in terms of 3-point shooting amongst the league, but it showed tonight that they're probably in the top 5.
The formula is definitely there for them. It's Giannis, we want you to attack. Bledsoe, we want you to attack. And we're just going to set up our shooters around.
Yeah, and just kick it out.
We got Mirotic, Lopez. Even though Lopez wasn't playing crazy on the offense,
didn't really do too much
defense contribution was pretty much there too, even just being a presence of being a tall guy.
Yeah.
But moving on to the third quarter, it just seemed like the same flow was going on. I'll say this though, Pascal had a nice little move that he did on Lopez that looked pretty alright. But man, it just seemed like the firepower was just a little bit too much. Kawhi also did look good. He had an offensive rebound. We also seen a little bit of Bledsoe coming on with a Euro step on the Milwaukee side.
Yeah,
Danny hit a 3 from baseline. I didn't really see Danny too much involved in this game.
Besides
not
that,
at all. That was a little bit of a problem. I seen Leonard trying to get a little bit of aggression going on to get the guys going in. He had a nice little, I guess, running skyhook shot that he put up that looked pretty nice. that was okay. But the Bucks continue looking for threes, man. Middleton came up, stepped back.
Yeah.
It was just looking a little too rough for us, man.
Middleton was just getting off his shot and just doing his thing, man. It seemed to me like he didn't really need to do much. When they put the ball in his hand, if he had an opportunity off of a mismatch, he just took advantage and scored. And the good times just kept rolling for the Bucks. Like we touched on the second quarter, they outscored us 29-18. So the Raptors were basically behind through this whole game. It was very hard for them to catch up and sustain a lead. They were down at one point. What was it? I think it was like 28 points at one point.
We were down 28. We cut down the lead to 8. I'll give this, though. We made a push and seemed desperate within the third.
Yes.
Because then we went on a 19-8 run.
Yeah.
The guys were starting to get a little bit
led by Kawhi,
energy.
right?
Led by Kawhi, mostly him doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
We were pushing it. Ibaka was doing good for 2. Raptors foul trouble actually was also another problem in this.
Huge problem.
Pascal was getting into foul troubles. Larry had the foul troubles.
Yeah.
Those are the two main guys that I seen that were in the high numbers, 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Fouls apiece. It was just looking a little bit shaky.
Yeah, exactly. Man. I was gonna say that it gets a little shaky because now Nick Nurse is like, I can't leave Lowry in for too much longer. I gotta get Fred in there. I gotta get Norman Powell, and it was just tough. At least it was good to see that Norman Powell kept the good times rolling. He was knocking down jumpers, being aggressive, driving in the paint, and getting some nice finishes. And I really think that he can be a factor in the series if Nurse puts him in at the right time and he stays aggressive. I also like the fact that Norman Powell had a play where he came off a pick and he immediately got into his jump shot. Normally, you see that Norman Powell where, he's doing that Euro step or holding the ball, tucking it, properly, and then trying to finish. But he's being decisive, man. He had a couple dunks in this game, too. That was really nice. So I think he can be an X factor like you touched on.
When Norman doesn't play, too fast, because sometimes he plays
a little too fast.
When Norman plays calm and plays his game and he's calm and collective and under control, he's way more effective like how we see in this game.
Yeah.
He didn't rush anything. He wasn't rushing to get up a shot or do
decisive.
Anything. He made his decisions when they needed to be made.
Yeah.
Him and the Raptors were definitely pushing pretty good because I have a little bit of stats on that. The first half, we had 39 points. So first and second quarter, our field goal percentage was at 37. But in the third quarter, lower, making that push with Norman and them, we actually dropped 31 points in the third, 55% shooting. Norm actually made a big difference with this, and also Kawhi and a couple of the other guys.
Yeah.
But still...
Larry hit a couple timely jump shots.
Larry hit a couple of them, and it looked pretty good.
Yeah, a couple threes. It was nice.
Norm hit a nice 3 too.
Not enough.
It definitely wasn't enough. We didn't have enough of a run. We did not even carry the lead once throughout the game.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit rough going into it.
And it's tough because if we're playing from behind, and I just look at game 1 where the Raptors are doing everything right. That's just what it looked like. I mean, you had some tough challenges going in the second half in the very first game where Lowry at one point was the only player, I think besides Kawhi, to really score. But they're in this game, game 2. It's just tough because now they're rolling. And they're at home, of course. They got home court advantage where they can play to their pace. They got the crowd behind them. The Raptors are on the offensive end. And it's like you got the crowd screaming and yelling, and it's hard. But you got to focus, man. You got to dial in. We didn't even touch on Pascal, but Pascal, he had a couple opportunities to score, and he took them. But I'm still seeing that 2 to 3 feet of room on the three-point line where he's got to put up that jump shot. Not just him alone, but Mark as well. Because Mark, again, went quiet and cold in this game, but he's got to take those jump shots. Because he could score. You and I and everybody else knows that Marc Gasol can score. If you don't know, do me a favor. Go to YouTube, type in Marc Gasol highlights. You'll be able to see what he can do.
Well, Mark in his prime. I say Mark in his prime.
I mean,
Mark
still has it. You don't
Mark
think?
now still has it a 1-2, but
yeah,
like I was saying,
now.
It's not really that he's tired. It just
looks
seems
like
to be more of just this mental barrier of getting roughed up or something. I'm not sure what it is.
But then is that a
he's
Raptors culture or what is that?
I'm not gonna say it's a Raptors culture. I say maybe it's a confidence culture. Take your shot, do what you need to do, make your baskets. If you have an opportunity, take it. I understand that you're a good passer and you want to look for your guy. You gotta look for your shots too to get yourself in rhythm. Usually when that goes good, people start now paying attention to you. Now you can start getting it out to other guys. But the energy definitely, we tried to get it there, but we ended up even throughout the end of the third quarter down by like 20.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter kind of spoke for itself.
Too hard, man.
Fourth quarter spoke to itself.
Yeah.
Bucks were playing Bucks ball, getting right back into the inside.
Yeah.
Bledsoe to Giannis, inside dunk. Giannis was taking control of that. We seen on the other side of it, Norman Powell had a nice little fast break dunk. He was still trying to get the guys kind of back into it. But it just wasn't enough because Giannis was just killing the paint. He was murking it. And for me, another thing which was like, okay, this is where it's like basically done. Eric Bledsoe to me cannot shoot like that.
Yeah, he's not.
When I see him hit a three, I was like, man, you know it's a problem
when he's
jumping in the party now
yeah.
and he's trying to hit threes.
But you know what? Sorry to cut you. I want to touch on something between Eric Bledsoe and Giannis. I noticed in like ending of the third, going into the fourth. It's not that they weren't shooting the 3-pointers, but that's all right. They started playing the pick and roll game between Giannis and Bledsoe. They more focused on that. Where I just see Bledsoe. I see Bledsoe driving, and then Giannis setting a pick, Bledsoe going over driving, and then waiting for Giannis. And if Giannis didn't make his way into the paint, Bledsoe took a shot or then kicked it out for a 3-pointer. But more so, he passed it to Giannis, and he just took his time and, his Euro step or his spin move with the pivot and just made plays. And he consistently got fouled and scored, flexing and screaming. Yo, I hope he doesn't come to Toronto and do that. He can't. Like, the Toronto Raptors have to shut that down. They have to get him out of the paint.
It's a must-win for Game 3.
Yeah,
they took both games at home.
Yeah.
Just to run it and give you overall deciding factors. Once again, we got out rebound 53-40.
Yeah.
The offensive rebound was a +5 for Milwaukee. They were up 11-6. They were swinging the ball and passing, which we were talking about the threes, the open looks.
Yeah.
27-19. We're a team, like we say, second chance points and points after turnovers should be our thing, which we've been leading in that. Points after turnovers was a 9-point differential, 19-8 second chance points, 17-10. We gotta push the ball like how we normally do, but we gotta play our style of game and stop shying away. We've done so good this whole season. We've had our style of play of what's led us to wins. But with that even being said, even throughout the season, we didn't even, I think, beat Milwaukee. Milwaukee seemed...
I think it was one... We beat them... they beat us 3-1.
Yeah, it was rough, man.
You know what? We only had 3 guys in double digits last night. Kawhi leading, which he played 38 minutes.
Kawhi, Norm, and...
that's it. He had 31 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Shot 10 for 18 from the field, 1 for 4 from the 3-point line. Sad for Pascal. He didn't really get his game or traction. Yeah, he had no traction in this game. He only had 8 points, 4 for 9 from the field. So it's gonna be tough, man. You gotta have all guys going.
It will be tough because it seems like we're gonna need double-digit points from our guys. Like you said, Pascal had 8, Mark had 2, Danny had 8. Ibaka had 8.
Yeah.
Fred surprisingly had 5, which,
that's not enough.
It's the firepower of Milwaukee knows we're going to try and get Giannis to destroy your inside. If you guys come with doubles, we got all these guys to shoot around. That definitely showed. Giannis had 30, 17, and 5.
Yeah,
he played big.
They had 6 guys in double digits last night.
Ilyasova, like we talked about, that was playing ridiculous, had 17. That's not a normal for him.
Let's touch on the 3-ball for them because they were going hard, man. George Hill, he had 1 3-point shot. Brogdon, it was 3 for 6. Bledsoe was 1 for 5. Middleton was 2 for 3. Giannis was 1 for 4 in 3-point shooting, which is like... And the thing that makes me so mad is he has to set up his shot. Like, are you kidding me? A guy who has to set up his shot, like take time and line it up and shoot it, like, that makes me so mad.
It's not even the fact that he has to set up to shoot it. It's that they did not close down on the shooter. They gave him time to run up to the 3, set up, and pull the shot. The fact that he had time to set up and do
that's crazy.
The defense definitely was deflated on our end. We just weren't closing on our guys, and
I don't know.
That's unacceptable. You can't wait to get home to now want to put in the energy. You have no choice now. But the main thing about playoffs is what you always want to do, which is a key factor, which all of us know that play ball or any type of sports. You got to win one in the other people's territory.
Yeah, you have to.
You got to pick up one
because it's that much harder. The Raptors need to win 2 games now to get back in the series.
You got to basically win both of these games, and then you got to win one back at their place. So it's gonna be a tight challenge, but we got to study on film. But we need more aggression. We need less hesitance on shooting plays.
You know what? I think it's going back to the Kawhi show. It's going back to the Kawhi show. To be honest, in Toronto, I think Kawhi will be holding the ball a lot longer than he has in these past 2 games. And he's just going to be taking majority of the shots. I think Lowry will continue to push the ball. Who else do you think will get going? Pascal will get going.
He has to get... Okay, let's just say it out. Pascal has got to get going. Ibaka's got to get going.
Yep.
Marc Gasol's got to get going. And we have to have a tremendous night the next game for Danny. That's the only...
Yeah.
Those are some
and
of
the rebounds.
Those are some of the main things I'm just saying from the scoring point.
Yeah.
Rebounding, obviously, is our next key factor. We need to push the pace and the tempo when it comes to fast breaks, looking for more opportunities. The assists need to be there. We need to make the extra pass, looking up for our shooters, and just trust your guys when they shoot. And guys, trust yourself when you shoot.
And have they have to have confidence. I don't know where this culture is built from, but the hesitancy it's actually crazy to me, man. Like, you have an open shot. This is what you do, right?
My thing is, I've never seen this hesitance until
never,
the
right?
playoffs. I don't know where this hesitance came from.
Yeah, people are saying that this is normal Lowry in the playoffs. Like, you know, he just disappears.
You know what? This Lowry, though, was aggressive. He was taking his shots that he needed to. He was making his plays. I'm not even going to call out Lowry on this one.
Yeah, no, you can't.
My thing that's kind of just, like, irksing me is, like, Mark is not getting... I'm not trying to bat him up.
Right,
I'm just trying to give the criticism... Like, constructive criticism. He's just...
Hope Nick Nurse watches this.
He just seems like he's just not himself right now.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure on why. Ibaka doesn't seem too much like himself right now.
No.
And Fred doesn't seem like he's himself right now.
No.
So I'm seeing stuff that, like, just don't seem normal to me.
Yeah.
That I've seen this whole season.
Something's up, man. Guys, something's up. So go in the comment section, man. Let us know how you felt about this game and what you think the Raptors could have done better. Do you think Jeremy Lin should have played instead of Fred VanVleet? Because I see a lot of people, man, in comment sections all over Instagram. People are saying they should give Jeremy Lin a chance to play over Fred VanVleet and to come in before Norman Powell. Do you think Jody Meeks should get more playing time? How do you guys feel about that? Let us know.
My opinion? Can I give my opinion?
Yes.
Nah.
Nah. It's a solid nah.
We need...
So Jeremy Lin playing, like, minutes during, like, the first quarter.
I'm not trying to be rude.
Yeah.
But if you're going to now put him in and he has to deal with a guy like Bledsoe or Brogdon, it's going to be tough. That's just basically it. I'm not.
Anyways, guys, Game 3 will be going down on
Sunday at 7 o'clock. But just to give the final score, Toronto 103, Milwaukee 125.
The Raptors need to do better.
Game 3 back at home.
So, yeah, man, we'll be tuned in and ready for that. And I hope you guys will be as well. Thank you for tuning in again to the Bryan Brothers. Man. Hey, man, All the best. Take care of yourself.
Love is love.
Peace.